اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الفاتح لما أغلق والخاتم لما سبق ناصر الحق بحق وهادي إلى صراطك المستقيم وعلى آله حق قدره مقداره العظيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. صلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما. الحمد لله رب العالمين. أفضل الصلاة وتم تسليم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. ورضي الله تعالى عن السادة التابعين وعلماء آملين وأئمة 40 مجتهدين مقلديهم إلا يوم الدين. أعمى بعد. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. This is the fiqh of Imam Malik ibn Anas radiallahu anh. This is part 8 of the Mukhtasar al-Akhdari, Shaykh Abdur Rahmaan al-Akhdari, which is the section on Haid, and this section and the section after, and the section after this one, is the conclusion of the Tahara portion of Al-Akhdari, and then next week I go into the times of the Salah and the Shurut of the Salah, and the Sunnah, the Fara'id, the Sunnah, and the Fada'il of the Salah, and also what negates the Salah and what substantiates the Salah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Faslu fi Haidi. وَنِسَاءُ مُبْتَدَاءَةُ وَمُعْتَدَاتُ وَحَامِلُونَ وَأَكْثَرُ حَيْدِ للمبتداءة 15 يوما وللمعتادة عاداتها فإن تمادى بها دم زادت 3 أيام ما لم تجاوز جمسة 10 يوم وللحامل بعد 3 أشهر 15 يوما ونحوها وبعد 6 أشهر 20 ونحوها فإن تقطع ذم لفقت أيامه حتى تكمل عادتها ولا يحيل للحائض صلاة ولا صوم ولا طواف ولا مسو مصحف ولا مصحف ودخول مسجد وعليها قضاء صوم دون صلاة وقراءتها جائزات ولا يحل لزوجها فرجها ولا ما بين سراتها وركبتيها حتى تغتسل. He says the Shaykh, he says Haid, which is defined as menstruation or the period of the period, menstrual period. Women are either in 3 conditions. They're either experiencing Haid for the first time, which the girl, when she experienced Haid for the first time, she goes into puberty. She becomes mukallaf at this time. Everything is obligatory for her to practice in the religion, like the salah, fasting, is obligatory upon her at that point, no matter what the age may be, whether she come in early or come in late. That's one of the signs of puberty. The second is having a regular period, meaning it comes consistently every cycle, every month, whether it's the beginning of the month or the end of a month. It comes consistently, regularly, without any break or any medical condition that causes her to bleed longer. And or the third, she's pregnant. The longest a woman's first menstrual cycle can be is 15 days. 15 days of bleeding, that is consist of what a haid is. That's the limit. Anything after that is terminal illness or medical condition while she continued to bleed. The most for a woman with a regular cycle is her normal period. If the blood continues to flow, then she would add 3 days to her longest cycle, as long as it does not make it more than 15 days. Like, for example, if a woman is normally, her normal period of bleeding is 3 days, and say she bleeds 3 days or a fourth day after that, then she would add that day with 2 more days, okay? And this would be regular. Let's say a woman, she bleeds, her normal cycle is 7 days, all right? Then if she bleeds the 8th day, then she add that day along with 2 more, which makes it 10. And this is what the Shaykh is explaining here. As long as it does not make more than 15 days. After 15 days, there, you know what I'm saying, there's it's a medical condition. You know what I'm saying? It's a medical condition if it's bleeding 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, or 30 days. After 15 days, even if she's still bleeding, she still have to continue. She have to start back praying at that point, because it's not haid. She's bleeding, but it's not a cycle. It's not haid. So she has to make wudu. She has to dress the bleeding like as she normally does, make wudu, and then perform the salah. But she does this with every salah. Almost the same ruling as tayammum, where you make a fresh tayammum. She makes her wudu every salah. Every salah, and she can pray the nawafil and sunnah after that goes with the salah, after she prays it. But she has to make the salah, you know what I'm saying, after that, and she does that to make with the intention to make the salah. For the pregnant woman, if it is after 3 months, she adds 15 days and the like, totaling the 20 days. All right. 2, if she's 6 months, add 20 days and the like, totaling 30 days. And what this is explaining, this is talking about the woman who was pregnant, that the first few months of their pregnancy, they still bleed. They still come on a haid. And this is what the Shaykh, he says, add 15 days. But it's after what is considered for her normal cycle, whether it's 3 days or 7 days, which is her normal cycle. If she's 3 months, you know what I mean, she add 15 days. Meaning if she has a haid each month for the first 3 months. If she has a haid for the first 6 months, then she add 20 days. And Allah knows best. If the blood cuts off intermediately, then she adds up the days until she completes her usual duration. It is not permissible for a menstruating woman to pray, fast, perform tawaf, touch a mushaf, a copy of the Quran, or to enter a masjid. She must make up her fast. If it's in the month of Ramadan, she has to fast. She has to make up her fast, but not her salah. It is permissible for her to recite Quran, it is not permissible for her husband to touch her vagina or what is between the umbilicus, what's between the belly button and the navel, and the knee, and the knees until she performs ghusl. Until she performs ghusl. All right, so the next section, faslu fi nifas. ونفاس كالحيض في منعه وأكثره 60 يوما فإذا قطع دم قبلها ولم في يوم الولادة اغتسلت وصلت فإذا عودها ذم فإن كان بينهما خمسة عشر يوما فأكثر كان ثاني حيدا وإلا ذم إلا أولي وكان من تمام نفاس. All right, so nifas is postpartum discharge. Nifas is like haid, concerning what is prevented by it. The most that it can be is 60 days. Talking about the postnatal bleeding after postpartum discharge, bleeding after a woman gives birth. The longest, the most that it can be is 60 days, which is 6 weeks. 60 days, which is 6 weeks, inshallah, a little bit over 6 weeks. If the blood cuts off before that, even if on the day of the birth, then she performs ghusl and prays. If the blood returns and 15 days have gone by, then the second blood is haid. Otherwise, she adds it to the previous days, and it is a completion of her nifas. What this explains is that after she gives birth, let's say she doesn't bleed, right? She doesn't bleed except for after like the 3rd day she stopped bleeding. Then that is her nifas. If the blood returns like a few days later and 15 days go by, then in this bleeding, that which would indicate being a second bleeding is considered to be a haid. So then after that is her clean period. At that point, if she continues to bleed more than the 15 days, then she would add them days that she bleed, just like she would add in anything previous. You know what I'm saying? The previous days when she add to her haid, or add to the bleeding, you know what I'm saying, after the 3 months or 6 months during her pregnancy. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليه سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الكريم آمين. The next section will be on the times of the salah, and then after that we're going to go into the conditions of the salah, and then the sunnah and the fada'il, and we will go all the way into finish the salah section into the fasting section. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.